Alan, you saw Splitsville. I did not.
Okay.
This is actually similar territory to the threesome.
Yeah.
Tell me about Splitsville, an unromantic comedy.
Okay, so let me just preface this by saying last night I did a triple header. Walked in my theater at 3, left at 9, saw 3 movies. Splitsville was the last one. So if I stumble around the plot, because this plot is super complicated, then you'll know why. But the movie stars Kyle Marvin as Carrie, who is just driving on a road trip with his wife, Ashley, played by Adria Arjona. She wants to give him some pleasure while driving. As a result, causes a car accident. But the car accident is nothing because after the car accident, Ashley says, look, I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I want to get a divorce. And she starts reading a letter she wrote to him about wanting a divorce. He stops her midway through the letter and runs, gets out of the car and runs. And he runs like Forrest Gump to his best friend's house, played by best friends Paul and Julie, played by Michael Angelo Covino, and Dakota Johnson plays Julie. So after about an hour and a half of running, he arrives at their house. In the meantime, before he arrives, Ashley showed up, told him that they broke up, and then drove off. So they know what happened. They're trying to console him. Divorce happens. You're lucky you don't have any money, and you're lucky you don't have any kids, because they have a kid and they have a lot of money, and they would never get divorced. To the point that Paul, to keep the marriage together, Julie allows this to be an open relationship, so Paul can go off to the city, have relations with other women while Julie sits back and allows it to happen. So Paul that night has to go into the city, which kind of pisses off Julie because it's their son has something the next day, and Carrie is here, and but he does it anyway. But because this is an open relationship, Carrie and Julie decide, well, since he's going out and doing it, let's do it ourselves, and they do it that night. Julie then goes off, takes their son to school. Paul comes back, and Carrie says, I just had sex with your wife. At which point, one of the greatest wrestling matches in a rich person's mansion occurs. And the place is destroyed. Lives are ruined. And basically this movie just plays out. We're in this complicated situation. And then how does this all play out? Part of what happens also is Ashley, Corey goes back home. Ashley starts dating other men, and these men start living with her, to the point that there are about 4 guys living in the house.
This is okay.
This is the first act.
Are they the open relationship? They're poly. Let me just say this:
it's an open relationship. They're married, but it's only for sex.
I have known friends who do this. Not one time has it ever worked out. There is 0% that this is my only anecdotal observation. Mm-hmm. Everyone I know, and even people I know, just not mm-hmm. friends, but other people I've known that do this, it never works out. Invariably, they find someone they like better.
Yeah.
So,
well, I'm not going to spoil the movie here, so I won't tell you what happens. But let's just say that the movie gets more and more insane.
69.
Here's my critique of the movie. It's an interesting story. It's just like Threesome in terms of what crazy world do we live in, and we watch it play out here. My issue with the movie is I mildly liked it. But I think this movie should have been a HBO television show. Should have been 6 to 8 episodes, because there's so much going on. The other thing is, one of the things I hate about movies like this is that when you get into a movie, you need to get a sense of direction. You need to have an idea of where this movie is going. What this movie does is just presents the situation and then adds on more wacky and insane things to throw at this couple. And they just kind of happen randomly. I would say it was well done, but at the same time, I'm like, where are we going? And and the moment you start thinking outside of the movie, rather than be engaged with the story and the plot of the movie, but then leap out of the movie and wonder where are we headed, that's when you start losing your audience. And that's the problem with this movie. That said, that fight scene was amazing. Dakota Johnson is brilliant as always. The story does go in some weird directions that are not too far out of the bounds of reality. There is humor involved, but again, I don't think this is going to be well received by others. And I think as a guy who watches a lot of movies and has to actually sit through the movies, I appreciated the direction it went in, but I don't think most people who are not like me are gonna like this. So I give it a bare recommendation.
Okay, well, I recommended the threesome. You're recommending Splitsville.
Yeah, but at least in the threesome, you had an idea of where things were going.